Right now at 10, millions of Texans told to boil their water. Tonight, the 3 things you need to know to protect yourself and your family. Also, what water providers are doing to get their systems back online.
Plus, busted pipes and damaged homes as the Golden Triangle thaws. New issues burst. Are you covered? What you need to know before you file a claim.
It's frozen in the pipeline, it's frozen at the rig, it's frozen in the transmission line.
It is a back and forth with deadly consequences. Tonight we verify whether renewable energy is to blame for all of the state's power problems. 12 News at 10 starts now.
An unprecedented humanitarian crisis unfolding across the state. The storm has passed, but it has left behind major problems. Millions of Texans still don't have power or safe running water. We'll unpack that in a few minutes. But first, we are not completely finished with this winter weather.
Yeah, some more freezing temps on the way, and in the lakes area, even a chance of some freezing rain. So let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn. Patrick?
And that freezing rain may transition to ice pellets, also known as sleet, and maybe some snow as we head towards tomorrow morning. Consequently, there is a winter weather advisory, not as severe as, say, a winter storm warning. The winter weather advisory is now in effect and will continue through about noon tomorrow for Newton, Jasper, Tyler, Polk, and also Hardin County. Current temperatures, as you can see, are mainly in the mid 30s across the area. There are cloudy skies. But wait, there's more. Here comes another disturbance over in the southwest Texas. Modeling shows us coming on in to southeast Texas, mainly the lakes area, as we head towards tomorrow morning. Now, amounts are going to be light, and I don't think this is going to complicate things or compound the issues as far as the ice all over the place. We're only talking about a few hundredths of an inch of ice, so a light wintry mix late tonight and probably towards tomorrow morning is possible. Again, freezing rain, transitioning to sleet, and even a few flakes. But there's hope. Flip-flop weather expected by next Wednesday. Your storm tracker forecast coming up on 12 News.
All right, we want to start with the boiling water. You hear it there. 7 million Texans are having to boil their water because of the Texas blackout. That includes almost all of the homes and businesses in Jefferson and Orange counties. We've received lots of questions from our viewers about these boil water notices.
Yeah, even what to do if your pressure is still low. It is especially important as the temperatures fall to around freezing again tonight. 12 News reporter Jordan James is live in Outages with 3 things you need to know.
Yeah, Jordan, over the last several days, we've received a lot of questions about this boil water notices, and tonight we're putting Southeast Texas first and getting you some answers. First, can I drink my water? The short answer is no. You're advised not to drink, cook, or brush your teeth with the water. Only use bottled water. If that's not an option, then go ahead and boil it. What about showering in the water? Yes, you can take a shower or bathe, but be sure not to swallow any of the water. It could make you sick. What if I don't have any water coming out of my faucet? For that answer, we spoke with Grove City Manager D.E. Sosa.
Best thing to do is just make sure that that if you're without water, it's not due to, usually it's going to be low pressure. Make sure that, check around, make sure that you don't have any leaks on your property, make sure that you don't have any major issues.
Next, when can I expect my water to be back to normal? It varies city to city. Here's what Port Neches Public Works Director told us.
We have to get tests done and everything else per TCEQ. We probably won't be able to do that till Friday or Saturday. Then we have to get the test out. It usually takes a 24-hour turnaround, so anywhere from Saturday to Monday.
If you have any more questions about the boil water notice, 311 is the best number to call, or you can head over to our website, 12newsnow.com, for some answers. Reporting here live in Port Neches, Jordan James, 12 News.
Good info there, Jordan, and we know that was a lot to keep track of. So if you need to hear it again or you want to share it with others, just text the word water to 409-838-1212.
Well, tonight the cleanup has barely begun for those of you with busted pipes from this week's wicked winter storm. Your first calls today were probably to the plumber and then your insurance company. So what will the claims process look like? And what's your best bet if you're dealing with damage?
12 News reporter Christiana Ramos talked with an insurance agent to find out what you can do.
Busted pipes can be a stressful and messy situation, and the cleanup process can be intimidating. But there are a few things for you to consider before you clean up everything. All over Southeast Texas, people are dealing with damage, soaked sheetrock, and ruined floors after their pipes burst.
The line on the roof, it was like a rush of water and then just collapsed.
We met William Leone at the Lumberton on the Lake Apartments yesterday. He and his neighbors have a real mess on their hands. Whether you rent or own, you're probably trying to get answers about what's covered by insurance. Every policy is different. A basic homeowner's insurance policy provides financial protection against loss due to disasters, theft, and accidents. Most standard policies include coverage for the structure of your home, coverage for your personal belongings, liability protection, and coverage for additional living expenses. But Allison Wright with Farmers Insurance says you've got to read the fine print.
If an insured has questions about what is covered, that they reach out to their agent directly and ask, can you go over my policy with me and tell me what is covered and what is not covered?
You will also need to ask what category busted pipes fall into. And even if busted pipes aren't included in your homeowner's package, there is still an option to add an endorsement. But an endorsement only covers future damage. As for the cleanup, Wright says, take your time.
Take pictures. Documentation is key because the adjuster or the claims representative cannot be there with you as the damage is happening. You want to be able to provide documentation for them as if they were there and they can see that damage from your point of view.
Photos and videos showing the water running into your home will also help with the claims process. And don't throw out anything, including damaged sheetrock, before an adjuster sees or gives further instruction. In Beaumont, Christiana Ramos, 12 News.
All right, Christiana, some good info there. So between all of the broken pipes, the low water pressure, the power problems, a lot of schools, including Lamar University, have decided to remain closed again tomorrow. Some will be shut down on Friday as well. We've got the full list scrolling on your screen. And also, if you want it on your phone, you can simply text the word closed to 409-838-1212.
All right, now let's take a look at the Entergy power outage map. All of that green is good. Entergy has about 1,500 Southeast Texans still in the dark. That number's down quite a bit from this morning. The rolling power outages have stopped for now. The crews are having to be careful since temperatures are still so cold.
It does take us some additional time to move through those segments. We break them down smaller so that way as we bring people back on, we're not damaging any of their equipment and potentially causing longer outages for customers.
Allison Payne says the outages Tuesday night were ordered by MISO, which the company calls its reliability coordinator.
Right now, power crews in Jasper and Newton counties have more reason to worry. As Patrick mentioned, they may see a little more freezing rain overnight. The Jasper-Newton Electric Cooperative reports 3,300 customers still without power. Judge Allen taking action, saying if the need arises, the Jasper Annex building could open as a shelter. We know Mother Nature can be unpredictable, but the message from officials remains clear. Stay home if you can.
And new info now, nearly 2 million Texans have had their power restored. Most of them are on the statewide grid ERCOT. At this rate they're going, an additional 200,000 homes will be restored every hour.
And to speed that process up even more, Governor Abbott issued an order requiring natural gas producers to only sell to power generators in the state through Sunday.
So the fact is, every source of power the state of Texas has access to has been compromised because of the ultra cold temperature or because of equipment failures.
So a lot of the blowback has focused on the state's power grid. ERCOT took down the names and bios of its board members and its executive team because of threats. And despite failing to properly winterize equipment, their CEO defended their decision to impose the statewide outages.
So what we are avoiding, and the reason that we are in this situation, is that we risked that catastrophic blackout at 1 in the morning on Monday, and we had to reduce the demand to get the supply and demand back in balance. And we've been working to get that balance back so we can operate the system reliably and safely going forward.
And get this, folks, a third of the board of directors that operate the state's electrical grid, well, they don't even appear to live in Texas. The governor and House Speaker, Dade Phelan, are among those calling for an investigation.
In case you missed it, trash pickup will resume tomorrow in the city of Beaumont, the first step to getting things kind of back to normal. The schedule revised on your screen now. Crews will collect Monday's trash tomorrow, Tuesday's trash on Friday. You get the idea. Beaumont Transit will resume services at 10 a.m. in the morning. Non-essential city offices, though, will stay closed.
Also, adjusted vaccine appointments. If you were supposed to get a vaccine this week through the city of Beaumont, monitor your email and your phone for scheduling updates. Because this was such a big winter storm, there are also issues with the vaccine supply. The CDC says at least some of the vaccine shipping hubs were affected. The feds have stepped in to sort out the trouble and get things back on track.
And Beaumont police have arrested a man who apparently tried to shoot at his girlfriend's car outside of Target today. He missed, and thankfully she's okay. It happened about 2 o'clock in the parking lot along East Tex Freeway. Police described it as a domestic situation. They arrested the man right there on the spot.
Conservative radio talk show host Rush Limbaugh has died after a year-long battle with cancer. His wife, Catherine, made the announcement today. Last February, Limbaugh announced that he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Rush's 3-hour weekday radio show is broadcast on nearly 600 stations across the country. It helped to shape the national political conversation. He was 70 years old.
Ahead here tonight, are wind and solar power the main causes of the state's widespread power problems? We'll verify.
Also a road check tonight. What to watch out for as we expect another freeze.
And later, the Houston business owner drawing plenty of praise tonight, how he's helping his city get through this crisis.